If you want to build a strong chest and shoulders, the chest press is one of the best exercises that you can do in your weekly training routine. Hey there, I'm personal trainer Jade Harrison, and today I'm going to show you how to perform the dumbbell chest press. This is a great exercise for building up your strength and muscle in your chest or your pecs muscles, as well as in your triceps along the outside edge of your upper arm, and your shoulders or deltoid muscles. All of these muscles are really important to develop for developing your push strength, as well as having a nice sculpted or toned looking upper body. So for this exercise, you'll need a bench and some hand weights or dumbbells. So you'll begin seated at the edge of your bench and with your dumbbells or hand weights in both of your hands. To lay back onto the bench, I recommend placing the dumbbells on their sides like this on your legs, and then roll back using your legs to bring your hand weights back over your shoulders. Now, anytime you're in a bench press position like this, you want to make sure that you've got a really solid stance or a really solid way that you're laying on the bench. We want to make sure that your feet are firmly on the floor here, pushing yourself a little bit back by engaging your quadriceps and your glutes so that your weight is a little bit further back into your shoulders. You also want to make sure that you're pressing your shoulders actively into the bench, and you also want to be pushing your chest up towards the ceiling. Now, you also want to make sure that you're pushing your shoulder blades down towards your back pockets to engage your back so you can stabilize your core while you're doing the exercise. Now, for me, that makes it look like I have an arch in my back, but this is just the position that my back goes into when I am engaging my back muscles. For you, it might look like a little bit more of a flat back, but for me, it looks like more of an arch. The main thing here is that I'm stable, that the points of contact with the bench, my shoulders, are firmly down, and I'm also pushing the ground with my feet, and I'm keeping my toes kind of pushing into the floor as well, without my heels coming up. Now for the chest press, we want to start with the dumbbells right up over your shoulders with your arms straight. And then to perform the exercise, you're going to bend your elbows and lower your arms down, keeping the dumbbells right above the elbows here. And your elbows should be coming into kind of a 45-degree angle away from your body. We're not going straight out like this, like a T shape. It should be more of an A shape. And you should feel your lats engaging to activate your back. At the bottom here, you stop where you feel that stretch in your chest and the front of your shoulders. And then you're gonna drive the weights back up and stop with them right over your shoulders. So all together, that looks like this. We come down, stopping, and then coming back up. And then with your breath, think about inhaling to lower down and then exhaling to come up, or you can inhale and brace before you begin the descent down into the bottom of the exercise. So that might look like this. Exhaling and resetting at the top. And then come back up. You can just bring your knees up and then use your legs as kind of a base for the dumbbells. And then lower them down to the floor and rest. Now when you're doing this exercise, as I mentioned before, you want your elbows to come out to kind of an A shape rather than a T shape. And what that does is it places your body into a position where your chest muscles can do the work of the exercise. If you keep your elbows out too straight, that's gonna put more work on the shoulders. And we don't want this to be a shoulder exercise, we want it to be a chest exercise. So think about pushing your chest up towards the ceiling as you lower the weights down, and your elbows coming out to kind of an A shape. They don't need to be here, but they do need to be kind of in between, like 45 degrees. Also, make sure that as you're lowering the weights down, your hand with the weight in it is gonna stay right over the elbow as it comes down. Sometimes people will do where they kind of like over bend their elbows, so the weight isn't actually staying over the elbows, it's staying more over the shoulders. That can strain your elbow. So if you feel elbow pain while you're doing this, take a video of yourself doing the exercise and check your elbow degree of bend, because if it's too much of a bend and if the weights aren't over the elbows, then that's definitely going to strain your elbows. As you perform this exercise, by the end of the set, you should feel your pecs or your chest muscles burning right here. You may also feel burning in your triceps along the back of your arms or in your shoulders. But we do want to make sure that the primary burn is happening in the pecs. If you're feeling it more in the shoulders and the triceps, try lowering the weight down and do more repetitions with lighter weight. Sometimes when we try to use too much of a weight, we end up pushing with our arms rather than pushing with the pecs. Also, make sure that you're keeping your chest pushed up towards the ceiling the whole time so that you're putting your pecs in the position where they can get a good stretch at the bottom and that they can be doing the work of bringing your arms back to this position to the top of the movement. When timed down and back up is 1 repetition. So give this exercise a try and let me know if you have any questions. You can leave comments directly in your workout if you're one of my clients using the ABC Trainerize app. If you're watching on YouTube, leave your comments and questions below. Don't forget to like and follow for more training tips and exercise tutorial videos.